What is up, DramaAlert Nation? I'm your host, Keller Keepstar. Let's get right into the news. Now, first, I want to apologize if my voice is off a little bit. I am sick. Here on DramaAlert, we've been talking about an altercation that happened with FaZe Banks and Alyssa Violet in this bar known as the Barley House in Cleveland, Ohio. Now, we have FaZe Banks here on the line. We're going to do an interview, and he is going to be reacting to a news report coming from Cleveland 19, where the security footage within the bar was released in this news report. So here is that report from Cleveland 19. Roll it.
That is Ricky Banks claiming a broken finger he got from punching a bouncer during an altercation that he had nothing to do with.
Stop in Cleveland!
And this is his girlfriend, Alyssa Violet, who claims she got a black eye and fat lip from a Barley House employee. Tapes tell the tale. This is Ricky in a restricted area. A bouncer asks him to go upstairs. His reaction is anything but calm.
You see the guy with the hat
way upright.
You can see him
waving his hands there, taunting.
getting aggressive.
He wanted to wait for Alyssa, who was in a woman's room. Things got ugly. As they're escorted to the main floor, bouncers are escorting Ricky on the steps. Alyssa, with a hat, is riding on the back of a bouncer. Eventually, you see Ricky walking out on his own, disproving his claim that he was nearly choked out by the bouncer. Outside, it got uglier, but in large measure by the couple pointing cell phone cameras at other customers. Alyssa has the bright light.
He comes up here to grab his girlfriend. Alyssa jumps right in his face. He swipes the camera out of her phone, and that guy's girlfriend punches her. Now, Ricky comes out of nowhere and starts pounding this guy in the face from behind. Totally cheap shotting him. You're going to try and destroy somebody's business thinking you can do that before they even have a chance to come out and talk to you and discuss the situation, which was the problem.
So obviously, Banks, from this news report, it looks bad from what they're saying. Is this a hit piece?
Yeah, so let's just start off by saying, obviously, this isn't all the security footage. My mind is fucking blown. I just want to say that. My mind is blown at how Barley House, their ownership and their management, has handled this situation from the start of it till now. Like, is this, you asked if this was a hit piece? 100% this was a hit piece.
What did they get wrong?
Well, let's back it up a little bit. They threatened to release the security footage to me, which to my reply was, please do. Make sure you release all of it. Make sure you release every bit that happened outside, everything that happened downstairs, and every part of your bouncers dragging me by my neck from downstairs, which they claimed in the report was a restricted area. We'll get to that in a second. From downstairs to the top. They cut out that part. They twisted everything that happened. Everything that happened in this little report is completely twisted. Shame on the fucking news station, whoever did this, and shame on Barley.
Okay, so let's start there. Let's start there. In this report, there's a cut from you downstairs dancing. They're saying that you were taunting the bouncer. Were you?
This is the first part that's just fucking absolutely ridiculous. My back is turned to the guy, I'm dancing, and they said I was waving my arms up in aggression. No. At this point, there was zero aggression between me and the bouncer. So downstairs, as I said in my statement, I think you already put that out on DramaAlert. I said we were downstairs in like an employees only area. We were there with Alyssa, her friend Maria, who works for Barley Management. She works at a sister restaurant. She works underneath the ownership for Barley. She got us in there. We've been planning this for a month now. We were there with Alyssa's family. I've seen people say her family wasn't there. We were there with Alyssa's dad, her mom, her two brothers, and her two friends. We were there with Alyssa's family. Thanksgiving weekend, to end the weekend, we decided to all go out.
So that clip where you're dancing in front of the bouncer, what is going on in that moment?
I'm just goofing around. There was literally nothing at this point that had happened. This is before Maria was even out of the bathroom.
Okay.
Maria was there, and she'll attest to this, and I have text messages that I'll read in a second. Like, she was there from as soon as it got heated to the very end. She was
now, when you're there dancing with a bouncer, do you remember like what the conversation was between you and the bouncer at that moment? Was he saying anything to you?
It was small talk. He wasn't being aggressive at all at this point.
Okay.
And I remember everything from the night. I had like 2 drinks.
Okay.
That's another thing that they've been spinning and pushing the narrative.
That you were intoxicated.
These kids are drunk idiots when you guys run a fucking club that we just spent $1,000 in. Like, it blows my mind. So we're downstairs in this quote-unquote restricted area. Earlier in the night, we go down there. Obviously, the 3 girls in front of me have no problem walking down the stairs. You know how that shit goes in the club. The bouncers have no problem letting them down. Comes to me, they stop me, they say, nope, you can't go down there. Maria turns around, she says, no, trust me, Joe, so a part of their management said he's okay to go down there. Trust me, he's good. I said, dude, listen, trust me, I'm good. It got to the point where she had to call Joe. She called the guy, the manager, put him on the phone with the bouncer, and he said, go ahead, you guys are good, you can go down there. So this is way before the end of the night. We go down, the girls use the bathroom, I wait outside of the bathroom. We go upstairs, we finish out our night. The night's over, we leave the bar, which is another part that they didn't show. We leave the bar and then re-enter the bar because the girls all had to use the bathroom. Susan, my girlfriend's mom, said, Ricky, go with them, make sure they get in and out okay, make sure they don't have any problems.
So you were primarily going to the basement just to, like, look out for your girlfriend? Just to
escort my girlfriend to the bathroom like any fucking guy would.
Okay.
To a place where I was allowed to be. Management had told me I was allowed to be, and they had told the bouncers I was allowed to be down there. Obviously, Richie, the guy who dragged me out, didn't get the memo.
They obviously have a security camera down there where you're standing next to the bouncer. So why is the first altercation between you and the bouncer not in the footage? What happens?
And why do I have conversations with all the management and the owners saying that I put my hands on Richie first? If that was the truth, why didn't they release that part of the footage?
Right. I mean, that would have proved.
They skipped out. I mean, you could take any security footage with no dialogue and no sound and chop it up to make it look any way you want. This is fucking complete bullshit. So when it got bad was Maria came out, Alyssa and her friend Hannah were still in the bathroom. At this point, the guy goes, all right, time to go upstairs. You got to go upstairs. I said, I'm just going to wait for my girlfriend to get out of the bathroom. And Maria's saying, while this is going on, he's good to be down here. Joe said he's good to be down here. Don't worry. Maria, again, let me just push this. She's familiar with all of the staff there. She's a part of their quote-unquote family. She works for a sister restaurant. She's the one who got us in there. She knows everybody there, right?
Right.
Then knows her. She knows Richie. She's telling him I'm good to be down there. He goes, no, go upstairs. And I was like, dude, no, I'm not going upstairs. I'm going to wait for my girlfriend, and then obviously I'll gladly leave. We were leaving anyway. Whatever. That's when he put his fucking hands on me. And his tone was aggressive before he had done that. He just, like, completely switched. He obviously didn't like that I was saying no to him. You know, that typical macho fucking bouncer bullshit. So he grabs his hand, he grabs me and starts to push me back. Obviously, I push him back, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I'm waiting, and it gets heated. Obviously, as soon as I push back toward him, he immediately grabs me in a fucking headlock. I get out of it. There's a scuffle between us, and then 3 other bouncers jump on me. I get put back in a headlock and dragged all the way from the basement up the stairs to the main area where they pass me off to another bouncer.
So when do they eventually, like, let go of you?
That's where they let go of me. They let go of me, and then conveniently that's where the security footage shows me on the main level walking calmly. I was calm because they passed me off to a bouncer who was like, calm down, we're going to get your shit. Because right away I noticed my bracelet's gone.
Uh-huh.
And I'm freaking out. I'm like, yo, fucking grab my bracelet.
Well, I mean, okay, so Cleveland 19, I'm assuming that you're probably going to see this report as well. How come you don't have that footage? I mean, you guys are the mainstream media. You're journalists. How come you're not? Why are there bits and pieces of the footage not being shown in the report?
If there was no physical altercation between the two of us, why did it cut to a frame of me with my hat off, with my shirt all fucked up, and like, well,
right?
Obviously, there was something physical that happened. That's a main component of this.
Well, they were saying that you just walked out of the bar. I mean, clearly something happened because your hat is off. The bouncers like are still grabbing onto your shirt in this clip. So something happened that we are not seeing from the Cleveland 19 report.
They handed me off to another bouncer who was calm with me, and he was like, listen, we're going to figure it out. Don't worry. Just come on. You got to get out. You got to get out.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, I'm going. Like, I'll go. Like,
so at this point, there's a calm conversation between you and the bouncers, and you're leaving, you know.
No, me and one of the bouncers, not the guy who dragged me out, obviously.
Okay.
At this point, I want his name, and I want my bracelet back, which I never got my fucking bracelet back, obviously.
So during this altercation
I leave the bar, and Alyssa comes out with me. So at this point, we're asking the guys over and over and over. At this point, we're out of their bar. Now they're all collectively like, fuck off, get the fuck out of here, whatever. And I'm not going anywhere until I get Richie's name and until I get my bracelet back. So obviously they're doing absolutely nothing to help us. My mind is fucking blown. Obviously we're pretty tilted at this point because we just spent all this fucking money there. We took 20 pictures with fans in the bar. It was a great night. It was honestly a great night. Like I said, we were with Alyssa's family. Like, put this into perspective for 1 second, okay? I haven't said this publicly. I haven't explained this yet. Why the fuck would I be in any sort of aggressive state of mind in a situation where I'm with my girlfriend's family who I'm meeting for the first time and trying to impress, in a situation where I have none of my friends in a foreign bar, completely out of my element.
And the night's over. Like you're getting ready to leave.
The night's completely over after a great night. Why the fuck am I all of a sudden gonna flip a switch and be aggressive and try to start a fight with a bouncer? So we leave. At this point, we figure there's no other fucking choice. We need to start recording. We didn't put anything on Snapchat at this point. Oh, and Alyssa leaves the bar. She's all freaking out. She has a scrape up her leg. I didn't see this yet. So from the point where I was calm leaving the bar, then I finally see Alyssa. She has a scrape up her leg. She says one of the bouncers pushed her off and she fell down the stairs. And she said somebody grabbed her ass. When you hear this shit from your girlfriend, you're freaking the fuck out.
Right.
And I'm freaking the fuck out. At this point, I get fired up and I'm freaking the fuck out. I want this guy's fucking name. I want to get to the bottom of this.
So that's why you said in your Snapchat that, you know, one of these employees grabbed your girlfriend's butt. Do you think that really happened?
There was nobody else there besides the two girls, Alyssa and the employees.
Okay.
Unlike fucking this news station, I'm not going to speak on something and push something until I know for sure. They have been completely uncooperative with me. They haven't allowed me to see any of the tapes. They haven't spoken to me at all or helped us at all in this situation. So I don't fucking know.
Okay, let's fast forward to when you guys get outside. All right, obviously you're trying to get your bracelet back because it's worth reportedly like $7,000. You're trying to get the name of the bouncer that, you know, put his hands on you and started pulling you outside. They're not cooperating with you.
Yeah.
Alyssa pulls out her camera and because what we see in this footage, you know, they say that you fired a cheap shot at this, you know, random patron of the bar.
So they conveniently cut 30 minutes after we walked out of the bar to that point. At this point where I hit the guy, you can see in the security footage, I'm surprised they left this in, he fucking swipes at Alyssa, hits her arms, and tries to get her fucking camera away from him.
Right.
He's not going to fucking touch my girlfriend. He had already done that before in the night, and that's the guy who told me he works for Barley. And the reason why I believed him is because of this. Right when we get out, this fucking hideous rat ugly bitch starts fucking yapping at us, who's chopping it up with security. She's still on Barley property. She's still on the patio.
Now, what is she saying? What is this woman saying?
She's like, get the fuck out of here. I don't know.
Is this the blonde-haired girl or the brunette?
Yes.
The blonde-haired girl. Okay.
The brunette girl's right by her side, and then the dude is fucking trying to be a macho dude. The dude comes up to me with his fucking with his fist clenched, and he's being aggressive, and I'm like, who the fuck are you, dude? Who the fuck are you? He tells me he works for Barley. So in the security.
This is before or after you hit him?
This is way before.
Okay, way before. Okay.
They cut a huge chunk of the night out.
Like 30 minutes, you said.
20, 30 minutes.
Okay.
It felt like a long time. It could have been 15 minutes, who knows? But it was a good enough chunk. You know what I mean?
Right.
In the grand scheme of this, it was like half of what had happened. So you can, in the security footage, not the footage conveniently that they showed, you can see me waving the guy out. He told me he works for the place. And I wave him out, and I'm like, come talk to me. He's like, why do you want to talk to me? With his fucking fist clenched. I'm like, whatever. At this point, Alyssa's still recording, and this girl's fucking bitching at her, which Alyssa has all these recordings, and obviously we're talking to our lawyers and shit too, trying to figure out what the best route is to go with all this shit.
Right.
But the girl's just talking shit to her, yelling at her. Finally, the girl hops from behind the security, from behind the patio, from behind the Barley entrance, and fucking hits Alyssa in the face with her phone. And then the guy jumps into the mix and fucking pushes Alyssa's face and fucking puts his hands on my fucking girlfriend. So I pick up a water bottle or a cup or something and fucking whipped it at the dude's face. And he looks up at me, I get his attention, and I fucking let him know. Fucking touch my girlfriend again, I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you.
And this is not in the footage. This is before this.
This is not in the footage.
It's before or after?
This is before the
Okay.
This is before the footage of me punching the guy.
Okay.
So Susan, Alyssa's family, they're all freaking out. They're like, come on, let's go. Let's get the fuck out of here. Let's go. We cross the street, and then Susan, Alyssa's mom, sees that Alyssa's been fucking hit in the face. She has a black eye. She has a lump on her fucking head. She has a lump on the top of her head, a black eye, and a fucking fat lip. Maybe not the fat lip at this point. I don't know where the chain of events happened where she got all three of these marks, but she was hit in the face 4 or 5 times before I punched this guy.
Okay.
Okay? She had been fucking her. You guys saw what her face looked like. Like,
Right.
this doesn't just fucking happen out of nowhere. Like, where the fuck did that happen? Fucking Cleveland news. Like, where?
Yeah,
where's
how
the
is,
narrative
I
that-
mean, okay, listen, we've
Like,
all
they-
seen,
they-
let me say something real quick, all right? This is irresponsible, Cleveland 19, all right? This is what Alyssa Violet looks like. You go to the bar, you do a report. How come there is no footage in your report of this happening to her? Like, I don't understand how that is not in your report. I mean, it clearly seems like there's some bias going on in this report. Because if a girl looks like this after the incident, why is this not being seen? But we only see, really, Ricky hitting the other guy.
That's all they put out there. I mean, they had to include the part where the girl hit her, which was the fucking 4th time she got hit. I mean, she has marks all over her body. She has 3 like hit points on her face, which means she had to have been hit in the face at least 3 times.
Either the local
All
news
that-
isn't being fair and balanced, or the bar isn't cooperating with them and giving them all the footage. One or
from
the
my
other.
From my first Snapchats, I posted the picture of that guy and said he works at Barley. I had every reason to believe he works for Barley. I still don't know what his involvement is, his affiliation is. One of the managers told me that he's there all the time, so I know at the very least, he's a regular and a fucking friend of the bar, right? So he tells me he works for Barley. I have no fucking reason to not believe that. He's chopping it up with the security guards. His girlfriend's literally hopping up from behind the entrance of Barley, punches Alyssa, and then hops back. She's not grabbed one time. We're not protected at all. We're like, it's being instigated by their staff. Like, not at one fucking point were we protected or helped out in the situation at all. And that's what fucking, like, dude, to see your girlfriend get hit over and over and over, like, it killed me. It fucking killed me. And I told this fucking guy, don't fucking touch my girlfriend again. She can record whatever the fuck she wants. You don't like it, go in the fucking bar.
Well, I mean, she's technically on the sidewalk. She can record. You're right.
She can record whatever the fuck
She
wants.
wasn't in the bar.
There will never be any security footage shown of Alyssa throwing any kind of punch because she never fucking did. Why did a girl who didn't throw a single punch throughout the night get hit fucking 4 times in her face? Why?
I think somebody at Cleveland 19 needs to, go back to journalism school, because I mean, this is the story. How does this girl look like this?
No, they're part of this now too. They're fucked. Like, this was so fucked. Like,
I mean, they're either in cahoots with the bar. Or it's just,
Or the bar did a really good job at manipulating shit. That's funny too. The bar put out their statement, said we're manipulators, we're liars, we operate under love, our staff operates with excellence. Like, it's all bullshit. I tweeted out screenshots from people way before our incident claiming that they've had similar fucking altercations with the staff.
Right.
Like, you guys aren't fucking angels by any means. Like, you dig a little bit and you can find out that this is some fucking piece of shit bar with piece of shit bouncers who fucking play that macho bullshit, and they're aggressive any chance that they can get.
Now listen, are you making a full video still on this?
Yeah, I mean, I fucking have to. I'm gonna break it down. We're getting pretty much into it right now, and I'm gonna reiterate a lot of shit that we're saying here, but I just want to go A to Z exactly how things happen from my point of view. That'll be up tomorrow.
I
was waiting for them. Dude, right off the bat, one of the owners fucking texted Maria and said, or one of the management said they're gonna sell the fucking footage to TMZ. Within fucking 30 minutes, how is your fucking brain at, we're gonna sell this footage to TMZ? Like, fuck you guys. Like, I've never, like, I'm at a loss for words. I don't get it. I want to pick up back the story where, like, this all happened now. Because this shit's important. We crossed the street with Alyssa's family after she'd been hit once, and we obviously weren't getting anywhere with the staff. As soon as we get across the street, Susan, her mother, she's fucking there, realizes that she has a fucking mark on her face, and she's obviously fucking infuriated at this point, runs across the street to go try to talk to somebody. She's a mom, maybe she'll be able to fucking have a conversation with one of the managers, whatever. Maybe she'll be able to get to the bottom of it.
Right.
She goes over there, she comes right back and says, Ricky, they said they threw you out because you were in the girls' bathroom. No. Not at a single fucking point in the night was I ever in a woman's bathroom. When I was on the basement floor of the place, both times, all I was doing there was waiting for them to get out of the bathroom.
Well, they didn't even claim that in this report. So
I know, but for them to justify, I mean, it just shows that they're twisting shit and like Right off the
Right.
grid, manipulating.
I mean, I think the main thing is if you go to a bar, all right, you expect that the staff there will protect you and take care of you. The whole situation where they were making a statement that they were going to sell footage to TMZ. I don't think any celebrity in the world will ever go to your establishment again. You know what I mean? Like, it's your job to protect these people that are in your bar, you know, and make sure that they're safe.
Dude, my fucking brain is mush right now.
I mean, I wouldn't want to go there.
I just can't believe
If I hear a
you
bar's trying to sell footage, private footage within a
That's-
bar to TMZ, I'm not going there.
Listen, we go back across the street to try to figure it out. She gets hit multiple more fucking times. Then as soon as I see the guy fucking hit her and hit her phone away and fucking touch her, I start hitting the guy. The guy is a piece of shit. He just recently got out of jail. Just found that out. But yeah, they're all angels.
So
over
the
there,
guy
you
that
know.
you're hitting just recently got out of jail. What did he get out of jail for?
No idea.
Okay, so who
I don't
is
wanna
the
speculate.
who are the identity of these people?
So the guy, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I want to say their names because I don't know if it's 100,000%. But
Okay.
I sent you the names, and I mean, as soon as it's confirmed, like, I'll let people know. I'm still trying to piece those puzzle pieces together.
Now, what would you say about the bars? The bars. Last question, because we got to finish this up. But the last thing is the bar is saying that they're being harassed online. Is there anything that you want to say to your fans?
Yeah. I don't condone any death threats, any of that shit. Obviously, I don't want them threatened or whatever. We're gonna let this shit play out legally and all that shit. I don't condone that. I never asked for that. I appreciate, obviously, support from my fans and stuff. And I do want people to know about this. I do want people to know that this happened. It's fucking bullshit, but I obviously...
Well,
don't
I
want
mean,
it.
as any company, right? If you go and you spend money somewhere, I mean, you have a right to say what your experience is, you know?
And my experience was negative 10 out of 10. It was the fucking worst thing ever.
Right.
I just want to close out with this. I want to close out with exactly what my beef is with Barley. So if it is true that this guy doesn't work for them, has no affiliation, has never been seen before, which isn't true. He was there. I mean, I know what the fuck I saw. I know what the vibe was. Like, the guy was a friend of the bar, 100%. But if it turns out that he wasn't, and these two girls have no affiliation as well, what my beef is with Barley is this situation that happened with Richie was completely avoidable. There's no fucking reason for him to do that to me. All of this would have been prevented if that hadn't happened. Moving on to where Alyssa got pushed down the stairs by a bouncer. Not okay. These fucking people were obviously way too aggressive. No. Again, they didn't fucking help me find my bracelet. They didn't fucking help me at all after the fucking fact. And finally, when these three people were doing all this shit outside, I was fucking begging these people for help. I needed fucking help from somebody. I have nobody around me. I have Alyssa's family and these fucking three girls, okay? I have nobody
And
around
on
me.
top of it, to the bar owners, they spent $1,000 in your bar. Like, I mean, you can't help them out at all. They spent a lot of money in your bar. Like, I mean,
like to see this girl hop out from behind their fucking gate and punch Alyssa and then hop back and laugh and mock and fucking have the security guards laughing at us and shit. Like, I feel violated. I feel fucking wronged, and I don't like. Team, the minute this happened, I expected a phone call from one of the owners, from one of the managers, asking me if I was okay, asking me if Alyssa was okay, trying to figure out what happened from my side.
Right.
Not a single time did they ask me what happened from my perspective. Not a single time did they ask us if we were okay. Not once did they try to remedy the situation or fucking figure it out at all. They immediately hopped on the narrative that we're pieces of shit and we did this for absolutely no reason.
after you spent
After
you spent $1,000 in their bar.
It was Alyssa who spent money.
Right.
And this whole LA versus Cleveland thing. Alyssa is fucking from Cleveland, dude. We were there with her fucking family.
Right.
Again.
So, I mean, yeah, they were trying to spin it like, you know, you guys are the big social media LA Hollywood people and, you know, it's us locals versus them. But, you know, her whole family, Alyssa Violet's family, is from Cleveland. You know, that you guys at the bar did this to one of your own.
And now I have an even fucking bigger beef with Barley. Like, they're spinning this shit, they're manipulating, they're twisting everything, they're releasing bits and foot. I mean, I see right through this, and I hope everybody else does too. Like, how much clearer does it have to be? You're removing huge chunks of everything that happened to me and leaving everything. Like, you know you're fucking reaching when you put a clip of me dancing in a fucking hallway and claim that I'm being aggressive and throwing my hands up to fight someone. My fucking back is turned to the guy. I'm fucking smiling and I'm dancing. I wasn't taunting the guy. There was no aggressive, like, vibe between us at this point. Like, I can't fucking believe it, dude.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna have to cut it off there. Banks, best of luck with all this. I mean, this is clearly a hit piece on you from the local news station.
Dude, seriously, fuck Barley House, fuck every single one of you, and fuck that news station. Like, I mean, I can't, like, I hope they understand what they're doing, because I'm not gonna stop until they fucking pay for this shit. Like, I'm not going to. Like, like, we were so mishandled, mistreated. It's so fucked up. Like, I'm getting so mad just thinking about it. Like, I wish every single fucking person watching this video was there. You guys would be your blood would be boiling. I want to say one more thing, too. I feel good about everything that happened. I feel good about what I did. At the end of all this shit, I was more worried than anything about her parents thinking less of me or being mad at me or feeling like her daughter isn't safe around me because this happened. And it was the exact opposite. They hugged me. They kissed me. Their brother said, "We're so proud of you. Like, thank you for standing up for Alyssa. Thank you for what you did. Like, we appreciate you more." Her dad looked me in my fucking eyes, shook my hand, and said, "You went up 10 notches in my book. Like, we appreciate you. If anything, we feel she's more safe with you now than before."
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here from Ricky Banks. If you enjoy this interview, please make sure you slap a like on it. If you're new here, sub with notifications on. We're going to stay on this story and the other stories that we're covering. DramaAlert Nation now over 3,100,000 subscribers. All right, good interview.